Yay. Okay, so we're good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good
I
to see
feel like,
you.
right? I haven't talked to you in so long, and I'm excited to talk to you because I started this new series. I'm sure Greg told you, where it's more inspirational and
Uh-huh.
classroom style. So I wanted to talk to you about balancing work and family. So what I've always loved about you and your personality and your energy is you are so about your wife, your kids and everything. So I wanted to first talk about how you find that balance between work and family, and especially during quarantine and how school is on Zoom and stuff and whatnot. So yeah, let's start with that.
All right. Let me see. I think that's one of my favorite. Let me see one second. I think balancing work and music is the funnest, hardest, most challenging, most rewarding, best part about my life. And I think that's what makes me me. I think that's the whole, the secret to being Eric Bellinger, by having all of these things that you want to do, but still being able to time manage and being able to multitask. We got the same 24 hours in a day. I put that in one of my songs, and I feel like, yo, you got to make the most. Some people want to sleep. Some people want to, get their thing. Some people want to do this. But for me, I really just try to maximize on every minute, every hour. And I think each of the things that I'm trying to do, they all mean so much to me. The studio means a lot to me. Spending time with Eli means a lot. Spending time with Maya means a lot. And I think in whatever you do, if you want it bad enough,
Yeah.
you're going to make it happen.
What are some of the ways that you are able to have such great time management? Do you, obviously your team, but then do you have like your calendar on your phone, or how do you block out everything? Do you do in certain
Yeah,
blocks, like family time is this time or work time is this time?
yeah, yeah. I have I feel like I got a routine. I definitely have a routine, and have, especially since the quarantine started. And, once Eli and Easy was both at home, it was just me and Lamaya. It was like, yo, this is crazy. We started the homeschooling thing, and we would take shifts. But now that Eli is back in school, it's like I wake up, drop him off in the morning. Like, my time is in the morning because I'm usually gone when he gets back. So I wake up, boom, I know I'm gonna be with him. So we're gonna spend our time talking. Our car rides to school is always fun. And, come back, spend some time with Easy. And then I try to make a to-do list for each day. In my notes, it's a revolving to-do list. It just, whatever it may be that day that I want to, it always changes. So sometimes they're too small to make it to a calendar, and I don't ever want to forget about those things, but I also don't want to use brain capacity space thinking of trying to remember something, so I think that just, relieves me of, one less thing that I got to think about throughout the day. But the to-do list definitely helps out, instead of Instagram, just go over to the to-do list and knock out what you got to do.
When you do your to-do list, do you do it where you have to do it in the order of when you do it, where like it's like the timer, like, okay, I don't know, I have to go to Target or like something? Do you do it in the order, kind of like
Nah, I write it as I think it.
yeah.
So it's never any order. As soon as I write it, if I was like rearranging like totem pole swag, that'd take forever. So I think, because some things, when I write it down, it'll take my graphic designer 2 days to finish that. So I'll know, like, I can't get to that today. So that's,
But it's on the list.
yes, on the
One thing I did like that you said was when you take Eli to school that you really enjoy the conversations that you have on those rides. What was one of the last or one of the best conversations you had with your son where it was like, we're really talking about that? That was a really good conversation.
What's crazy? I'm really into space. I'm really in, a lot of the music videos that we've been doing lately have been, UFO, space, travel, astronaut, rocket ship. And he's been watching the videos, and he's really, really into them, So the other night, it was a documentary that I was watching, that as I was watching it and as they were saying things, I was like, yo, he probably should not be watching this, because it got kind of deep and talking about, aliens you know, like for real, you
Yeah.
know. And the next morning, he was like, "Daddy, what was the name of that Netflix that we were watching last night on the aliens? I want to watch it when I get home." And I was trying to tell him, and then when he got home, he was like FaceTiming me, like, "Yo, okay, so what is it again?" I was like, "Wow, this kid is too much into UFOs and conspiracies already at 5 years old."
What was the documentary? Now I feel like I have to watch it.
You know, I think it wasn't titled UFO, because when you type that in, it's like nothing really comes up. So it was like, what was it? I forget. It was just like unidentified, something unidentified. I'm gonna shoot you the link though. I gotta shoot you that because it really was interesting, and I didn't want to tell him to stop watching because it was like, yo, I don't want to, give you the same upbringing that I had. I kind of, only had one thing. It was just like, this is it. But I really want him to be open-minded because you just never know who he could be.
I love it. That's really funny. So, okay, speaking of music videos and transitioning into Lamaya, so I watched Flotus and I just love how much you just praise and honor her and you can feel it. So now I have a couple questions when it comes to, marriage and relationships.
Yeah.
That would be great. So you talked about in the song how she keeps you focused. So what are some of the things she does to keep you focused, and what's something that she did that made you realize this is what I need to focus on? It was like your life lesson from your wife.
I think her motivating me to continue to do what I'm doing, as opposed to me, like, maybe when I'm tired. Say, for example, I'm tired. Like, yo, whoo, can you believe they want me to do this? Oh my God. I'm so tired. Like, man, I need to get some rest too. What about me? She definitely isn't the person to just like work, 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 work. But she really, really knows how to put a battery in my back when I'm just juiced out. You know what I mean? And, I think her experience with music and with her being an artist, before I was an artist, and, her getting the awards and being signed to major labels and traveling and performing and all of that experience, just taught her to teach me, like, you got to strike while the iron is hot. She always tells me, you got to strike while the iron is hot, keep going, and at times maybe when I may feel as though I don't get, the gratification that I may feel that is owed, or the flowers that I want to smell, I always have her to just replenish me, like, on the back end. So that's why everyone sees it on the front end from me.
That's amazing. Another thing you talked about in this song, when you said you were trying to put a ring on it, which you obviously did, and you guys are 2 kids in, what was the moment that you knew, like, this is who you wanted to marry, especially in the music industry and just LA overall? It's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Man, I think the first time we hung out, the first night she came over to the crib, we just really stayed up all night having conversation, and she's older than me. She's wiser than me, like 5 years older than me, and I think, nothing against anyone that I was talking to at the time, like, everything that I learned from each situation I've taken, with me. But when she came into town,
She changed everything.
it was just different. It was like, now I'm a student, now I'm able to, show you love and feel love the way that I want to be loved. I think just, being with the right person and being compatible with the right person will do a lot of the work for you in a relationship.
And last thing on the relationship and marriage, what advice do you have for people in just regular relationships, and then the best advice for people in marriages to, just make it like the best relationship or marriage that you can have?
Well, for me, we have 2 kids, and I think that any parent out there or anyone in a relationship that has a kid, or even if you're with someone that has a kid, or whatever the situation may be, they just take up so much of your time, of your day, because they're human, and now they need someone to look after them pretty much every second of the day. So you know, while still being responsible and taking care of your kids, you gotta always make time for that relationship. You know, you have to water the relationship. You have to take time to go on dates, you know, like we go on dates all the time, you know, like not just because we say, let's make sure we go on a date, but because first of all, that movie is coming out, you know, I want to see it, or, you know, like, and I want to be with you, you know, or let's go eat at this place. But I think the most important part is just being compatible and really actually liking the person instead of just loving them. Like, yeah, I love you, but do I like you? Do I want to be around you? You know what I mean? And I think with her, we really just match, and, you know, we make that time. You know, there's times when we go through, you know, maybe I'm just like so slammed or she's just so slammed. But once we able to really tap back into alone time, it reminds us of why we fell in love in the first place.
You said something really interesting when you said, okay, it's one thing to love a person or like a person, and usually you hear the opposite. It's like, oh, do you like me or do you love me? So you did say like, okay, do I like being around you? What's another thing? Because I think people lose sight of that when it's you're in your honeymoon phase of like, oh, you love everything, but what did you learn as you got married where these are other aspects to a relationship that you really have to like about that person, because love isn't secure that.
I think it's just really, really, really committing to the idea of forever. You know, I think it's more so knowing in your heart and in your mind and with everything in you that this is a partnership, you know, so then you tend to be less judgmental, you know, because if you're going to be with somebody, it's like, yo, either take all of me or don't take me at all, you know. So I think a lot of the things that people argue about, maybe when they're in a relationship, is like, if it's so petty and we arguing about it, it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, for one, I'm not even going to approach you about 100% of the things that because I'm not worried. You know what I mean? Like, it's really like the only thing I'm worried about is forever. So with that in mind, you kind of look at things a little bit different. You know, I'm not really tripping on much because I know your intention. And I think you have to also have the same intention. If we both have the same intention, we both want to make this happen forever, and we both love and respect each other so much that we never going to do anything to intentionally hurt our counterpart, it's like, we don't have nothing to worry about. You know, it's like, I don't got nothing to worry about. I don't want to see your phone. Like, I don't want to, I know I got the password and all that, but it's like, we so equally yoked that it's like, it's not even a thought in my mind to worry. You know, I'm not worried about anything but spending more time if I can. You know, like, how can I finish at the studio better? How can I be better with my time management? Because really, it's like, if I'm not here, I just want to go home.
Amen. All of that. Amen. So the new project's coming out at the end of the month. So what can we expect from this one compared to everything else before? So Eric B for President and all that.
Yeah, this one is actually, I think, dope because it's like the backstory, and it's like a step-by-step courting to now my first lady holding me down like gravity, you know. And Eric B for President Term 1 was more so me trying to put my bid in, like, yo, I deserve to have the respect to be one of the greats. I need to be in your top 5. You know what I'm saying? I had In My Prime on there. I had GOAT on there. I had Drive By on there. And I was really, you know, I had something to prove. The album went #1. You know, GOAT and Drive By was 2 gold plaques. You know, like, the mentality that we put into it and the effort, it definitely shined, and we got to see it on the outside. And then I feel like on Term 2, it was more, we were on the beach, you know, it was a more celebratory. I remember seeing a picture of Obama when he was on a jet ski, and I was like, man, that's the theme right there for Term 2. We relaxed. We going to Malibu. I recorded the whole album in Malibu, and, you know, that was that vibe. You had Malibu Nights and Make You Mine, and, you know, super rhythmic type Afrobeat joints. And like I said, on this Term 3, it's like, man, it's like people about to get this R&B. You know what I'm saying? They've been talking about R&B, but I really slowed it down on the second half of the project. We started it off with like Golly and Solo and Flotus, but all the rest of the songs is all slow ballads. So it's just me singing to my first lady.
I love it. And I have to say, when where I ran into you guys at, it was so long ago at, remember when All Def used to have it was like their comedy nights. And then when I Maya was the first. So we ran into each other. You introduced us, and then she's like, I love your energy. You have such great energy. I'm like, I love you back, and I don't even know you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys gave me you guys were just dating at the time, but it just was so pure.
Yeah.
And like just genuine happiness. So I was so happy for you seeing that, and then even just watching the video,
Thank you.
seeing from growing your family. That is exciting. Do you think that you guys will have a third? And do you want a daughter? Are you guys done with the two?
That's it. We tapping out. Definitely tapping out. We got Easy, we got Eli, and I really think that that's all that God has in store for us at the moment. We good, man.
Did you know that Easy was going to be a boy, or did you want a girl, or were you guys just as long as it's a healthy baby?
I think I was good either way because I already had Eli. I was like, yo, I got my boy. He's older. He gonna be able to take care of whoever it is, whether a boy or girl. And once we had another boy, I was so excited. I was like, wow. I got two boys, and it was just a dope feeling that I was just excited about. And then, as time progressed, I was like, do I want a daughter though? Like, do I need a daughter? And I was like, nah. We're good on the daughter.
I'm a woman.
I love it.
I don't even want a daughter because I'm like, that's a lot more work. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pushing him around. I'm pushing him like, man, be tough, and I know I'm a real softie, so a girl would just break me, Cool, I got wifey, man. I'm gonna just spoil her.
Yes. So, well, I can't wait to hear the rest of the project when it comes out at the end of the month, and even when you have term 4. I don't know when that will be, but I know. But
see, you're only supposed to get 2 terms as a president. It's just honestly the candidates that we got right now. I just had to step up because it was like, Eric be for president.
I'm not even into politics and stuff. I did watch the debate, and I'm like, I'm so confused on what's going on. Like,
what's going on, man? All I can say is Eric be for president. I don't know, man. We gotta vote for Biden though, for sure. I don't know what everybody else on, but you gotta do that. That's ridiculous to vote for the dude. That dude just said some craziness, yo. Like, he just said some craziness, yo. He had the opportunity and he had the moment and the space and time to speak for the people, not just his side. Speak for everybody. Like, he almost said it, He almost was like, yeah, I want to be fair. Like, yeah, I'm willing to do it right now. What do you want me to say? I was like, all right, here we go. And then it just fumbled, you know what I'm saying?
I was thrown off when he brought up Biden's son, and then
oh yeah,
like, oh, look, this is because again, I don't like paying attention to news stuff, especially if it's a lot of negativity, but I had to watch it because I'm like, I want to know what's about to go down. And that was just, unfortunately.
That was too far. You don't talk about people's kids, let alone not alive anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you going too far. That's why I'm like, yo, we just got to get dude out of here. I know it's like you politically incorrect to really like say who you voting for, but we need to make it clear.
Right. Well, Eric B for president.
Eric B for president, exactly. Term 3, October 30th.
We'll make up our own terms, but Eric, thank you. It's always great to talk to you, and congratulations on everything. And I'm looking forward to everything that God has in store for you.
Thank you, Jen. Tonight, I'm excited. We dropped Isolation, and Isolation is a big song for the project because it was like one of the songs I recorded during quarantine, during isolation, and I did the song on live. So me and all the fans and all the songwriters in the community that were on live were going back and forth in the comments. They was throwing out bars and throwing out lines, and I was able to piggyback like, yo, what y'all think of this? Or what y'all think of this? So, the connection that has already been laid for the song and the lyrics, man, I'm just excited because I know that the people are gonna just eat it up. They've been waiting for this one.
I'm sure you already said it in isolation already, but I do have to ask, what's the biggest thing you learned about yourself during isolation and this quarantine?
Um, that I I don't know. I think I really fell in love with the idea of facing challenges head on. You know, when I'm busy, 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 it's really easy to sweep stuff under the rug. You know, it's really easy to, oh, okay, I'll get to that, or I'll get to that, or I got to do this. But when you really, literally have absolutely nothing to do and you're not trying to better yourself, for one, you know, it's not for you. But when you really, really want to dig in and when you really challenge yourself and you really, you know, not afraid to just say, okay, I like this about myself, but I don't like this. And what are the steps that I need to take in order to fix those things or at least get it to the point where I love me in that regard? You know, I think that's when you really start winning, man. Like I was working out, I was getting my skin right. I was, you know, washing my face like the proper times a day with cleanse, with, you know, washing my hair, like everything, you know, like anything I could do. I was like, yo, what can I attack the most? And I feel like, you know, after those 60, 90 days, it was really a different person that I was proud of. And I think people could see it in my walk.
Well, I'm excited to hear the song. You said it's dropping tonight?
Tonight, drop it tonight, midnight, video, everything. We got a video for every song. So this is the number 5 on the album. It's the 5th week we've been dropping songs and the 5th week we've been dropping videos. So really proud of everything that we've been building, man. You know, you're going to talk to me. You're going to hear a lot about what we've been doing because I just, you know, I'm excited to always brag and, you know, tell a testimony.
I'm really excited. Well, thanks again. And I'm sure we will talk soon.
All right, Jen. Appreciate you.
Documentary too.
You said what?
I'm gonna watch that Netflix documentary too. UFO.
Yes. You gotta, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna make sure.
Sounds good. All right. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.